Hey, Jimmy,
Hey,
are you ready for our conversation today?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Awesome. I'm ready.
All
Looking
right.
forward to it. Do you feel rested and recharged?
I do. I do.
Okay.
The only thing is
Okay.
they really got the temperature turned down here, so they got it freezing in here. So that's
Oh,
why I got
no.
my extra layers on right now. But we're not going to let that
Absolutely.
slow us down here. All right. So
No, we will not. No, we will not. All right. Well, thanks again for being here. I am recording the session, so for those employees who were not able to join us, they will be able to view it at their convenience. So this is Coach's Corner, 15 minutes of a fun conversation. I'm Carolyn Rice. I'm the Wellness Program Manager overseeing the on-site wellness centers and virtual wellness. And with me is Jimmy.
and I am the senior specialist or senior wellness specialist here in Memphis, Tennessee. So
Awesome. Well, today we are going to be talking about rest and recharge. So many of us feel like the weight of the world is on us, right? We're just so busy moving from thing to thing. Work is busy, life is busy, the holidays are coming up, and that is busy. And then our bodies sometimes just really feel that busyness too. So it's really important to get in that rest and some recharge time. So, why do you think it's so important, Jimmy, to get in that rest and recharge time?
well, one, just like you said, things are really going to get stressful with the holidays and everything like that. So, getting your rest in really helps with stress. It
Yeah.
helps recharge your body, but I think it also helps you throughout the whole week here as well. Here, so just me personally, I always like taking a nap on the weekends here. Kind of
Mm-hmm.
get my weekend started, rejuvenate my body to where I can actually get it ready for the week here. So, but it also helps me mentally and emotionally as well when I'm well rested here. So,
Yeah, that's a really good point, right? And it's really good to think about, like, why we need the rest and what kinds of things should we do to get that rest. Like you said, you like to take a nap on the weekends. Um, that just kind of helps you recharge for the week ahead. And that's a really great idea, right? Who doesn't love a nap? But that's not always possible,
yeah, not
right?
always possible.
Especially
Absolutely.
during the weekdays. So, what are some things that we can do throughout the week too that help us continue to feel rested? Because when we do feel rested, our mood is better, our productivity is better. Um, we just can contribute to the world at a better place. Helps our quality of life. All of these things just from taking some time to really rest and recharge. And sleep is important too, but we're not really talking about sleep, are we, Jimmy?
No, actually, throughout the day, if I really just need to just step away for a second, if the weather is nice, I always like to go out for a walk and to just help me once again emotionally just gather my thoughts, just get away from everything. A lot of times I won't even take my cell phone because I would wind up looking at it too much. So I just want to make sure I can get away with everything. Now, if you're not in a position to do that, I used to actually install carpet a couple of years ago, and that's actually a very busy job. So what I would actually do, I would just actually step out where I was at. I would actually get in my car and just for a couple of minutes, I would just get away from everything, take about 10 to 15 deep breaths, and that would just actually help me center myself back and then go back in there and get back to work here. So even if it's
Yeah.
just a minute, 60 seconds,
Mm-hmm.
it really
Mm-hmm.
does make a huge difference. So
That's a really good
just
point. I
getting
know,
away from everything.
right? And I know we think that, like, oh, I'm so busy, I can't even step away for a minute, right? Because I'm already in the middle of this. But I find that when I step away, even if it is for just a minute or two, that when I come back, I'm so much more refreshed and rejuvenated that I would probably get more done than what I would have done if I would have sat there for the 2 minutes, right? So I think we
Absolutely.
have to like get into that mindset where it's okay to step away. You're actually going to be more productive if you do step away and take those few minutes. And it doesn't have to be this all or nothing, right? Like I don't have 30 minutes, but I have 30 seconds, right? What can I do in 30 seconds? I can take some deep breaths, like you said. Maybe I even have to do them right here at my desk just because I don't have time to get up and move somewhere else. But it's important to think about ways in which we can do things in a very minute time frame, right?
Yeah, because if we just let the pressure just mount, it actually makes our bodies, it just wears our bodies down even more. And even
Mhm.
sometimes when you get your rest at night, sleep, you don't really sleep as efficiently as you would if you would taking little small breaks throughout the day as well. So,
Yeah.
and you can
Yeah.
even wake up even being tired, even though you maybe even had some sleep, you know. So you have to really just
Right.
make sure you're not letting that stress mount on your body. You gotta just take that stress off here, you know, and just step away.
Mhm.
So important to do that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We know that acute stress, those things that just come up, in the moment. If we don't take care of it, right, it can lead to this chronic stress. And that's a whole nother topic, right? We don't have
Yeah.
time to talk about that whole thing. But we can, deal with that acute stress at the moment, right? So what are some other things you do to like mentally recharge? I know you mentioned walking, but and breathing?
I,
Are there other things that you do?
well, actually, I have the
Yun.
luxury here. I can actually just step
Oo.
away and step into
Ito
the group
talaga,
fitness room and do some meditation
Nagpahinga yung kursito
if I
bago
need
na
to.
agad.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah. Like you said, we are fortunate, right, that we do have a group, wellness center, at our location. So we can kind of step away and even just do a couple things in there.
And sometimes it's even, even if you want to just step away from your desk and just go around and just go talk to somebody just for a
Hmm.
second here, just get your mind off what you're doing at that moment and just, I call it kind of resetting your body here. It's kind
Yeah.
of just reboot it here for a minute, let
Hmm.
you come back and then, see how you
Hmm.
feel after that as well. So just once again, getting your
Yeah.
mind off everything.
Yeah. That's a really good point. And I think a really good, thing to think about is experimentation and exploring, right? Like, Jimmy mentioned those things work really well for him, but that doesn't mean that's going to work for you. So, kind of think about what are some things that you really love to do, because that's what's really going to rejuvenate you. Maybe it is being with other people, but maybe it's not. Um, I know for me personally, I love to journal, I love to read, and I love to like write. And, so those things like just really recharge me a lot. So I kind of look at my day as a transition, like on my way home when I commute and when I'm commuting from the office to home, right? I get home and I give myself this 15-minute block. I go into my bedroom, I put my stuff away from the workday. And it's almost like I'm just kind of, okay, I'm taking that layer off, right? Sometimes I'll take my dog, I'll pick him up and I'll carry him in the bedroom with me and just he kind of sits there and watches. And, sometimes I'll grab my book and read. Sometimes I'll write some things down. Sometimes I lay on the bed and just close my eyes for a few minutes. And it's just a really great transition time. Maybe that's something that would work for you. Maybe it wouldn't work for you. Maybe you have kids at home like waiting at the waiting at the door for you as soon as you walk in. I don't have that anymore, but but kind of think about how can you use your commute or how can you use the time that you have to transition to give you more of a recharge.
And that's a good point, Carolyn. I live about 45 minutes away from home. And I know
Mhm.
once I finally get out of the city going home, I got about 15 minutes where I can just kind of cruise in. It's almost
Mhm.
country. And I use that time to where I can actually put something like my favorite podcast on, something to where I can just kind of chill before I actually kind of hit the door to my home here. So that's actually a very good point. It doesn't always have to be,
Mhm.
laying down or anything
Right.
like that here. So yeah, so
Yeah,
a
right.
very
That's
good
I
point.
love that. I love that. Yeah, listen to your favorite music or podcast or something. Maybe you can even
Absolutely.
do that while you're working. Some people can do that, while
Absolutely.
they're working, like have some music playing, some music that you really enjoy. I personally can't do that, but other people can. And I'm
Yeah,
always like, oh, I wish I could do that. But I just it's just too distracting for me personally. But I do a lot, I enjoy doing other things. So or if you're in a meeting sometimes I'll and I'm just listening. I don't have to necessarily present or so I always have my paper and pen so I can jot things down that they're saying. I just like to have that on hand. But sometimes I'll also have like a coloring sheet and just kind of, doodle or color. And that's a really good thing to do in that kind of that stress of the moment. Like, if you needed to just kind of, just kind of relaxes you and gives you something to do while you're listening and paying attention. I kind of enjoy doing that too. I think that's a good one.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let's switch gears just a little bit and think about our bodies for a minute. We talked about like recharging the mind more so. So let's talk about how we recover like from a physical workout. Like how does our body do that and what do we need to think about?
Yeah, I'm actually glad you brought this up here because when I recently got back into shape, I actually had to, well, I can attest to all of what we're talking about here today.
Yeah.
So I was working out 6 days a week, and what I was trying to do um, where I would do 2 days of heavy exercise, and then on that third day, I would try to rest, or a
Hmm.
light exercise, maybe just walking. But I got to where it was like on Fridays, I got to Friday or even Thursday, it's like I had done petered out. I just couldn't do anymore. My legs were aching all the
Mm.
time. And I thought, okay, well, maybe I'm not drinking enough water. So I made sure I was doing that, still aching. And then I just wound up once again by Thursday or Friday, I was just completely worn out. So what I had to do is I had to readjust my workouts. I wasn't getting enough rest. So what I did is I would actually do one heavy day, and then the next day I would just be a completely light day. Once again, just a walk. And what it did is help me recover my body to where when I got to that heavy day the next day, which would be Wednesday, I'm actually refueled and recharged to actually give it my all on those heavy workouts as well. So, yeah.
Mm.
So, rejuvenating the body, recovering was mainly the main thing here. I was allowing
Hmm.
my body to recover um, with my workouts. Now,
Yeah.
20, 15 years ago, I could have probably done 2 heavy days and then a light day, something like that. But I'm not 15 years younger than I was here. So you have to listen to your body. You have to listen to your body. And what is it telling you here? With my legs aching like that, I knew that I was overtraining, which is
Hmm.
also very easy to do because a lot of times when we're taking a day off, we're thinking, all right, we're just being lazy here. Okay. I need to get out there and I got to do something here,
Right.
Not necessarily the rest is very important for your exercise routine as well, for it just allow you to recover and then also let those muscles recharge and rebuild themselves so you're going to come back stronger each time.
Ah, I love that. That is so true. I mean, you said so many good things there. I got to pull out like all these nuggets. Number one, listen to your body, right?
Yeah.
So that's really important. And I'm kind of similar in the way that you've done things too. And I feel your pain like 15 years ago. I probably could have just, followed my workout that I wanted to do. Now I kind of got to listen to my body a little bit more. And I kind of pay attention like every day. It's kind of, I kind of have an
Mhm.
outline of what I want my workout to look like for the week, kind of my workout plan, but I don't always follow it because I kind of, okay, well, how's my body feeling today? Am I feeling like,
Yeah.
are my legs able to do like leg day today? Am I feeling like I need more of a rest, or am I like, hey, this is a great day to go out, go after it, right? So I'm kind of one of those people. I still get everything in, but I just kind of play it out a little bit differently than how I would have a few years ago, right? So really listen to your body and reassess all the time because things change, right? Like your age always
Absolutely.
changes. That's the constant. Maybe it's even a situation, like the holidays, for example, right? That's coming up, super busy. A lot of people get, just so much going on. Maybe you need to reassess, so you feel successful. Maybe it doesn't have to be this whole workout program that you have set up. Maybe you're going to do it, you're going to lighten it just a little bit so you can still
Absolutely.
feel successful, right? So that's a really good one too. And then you also mentioned that word lazy, right? And I think we need to get that out of our heads. Like there's a connotation for some reason between rest and lazy, and
Mhm.
they're not the same thing, right? So, but we
Exactly.
need, whenever we think, oh, I'm going to rest today, we put that laziness word with it, right? But that is not the case. I mean, we're going to actually improve our performance and have an optimal workout if we give ourselves that rest and recovery.
Yeah, and I love the fact that, even though you might try to stick with a certain routine on a certain day, if your body's really not feeling it that day, it's okay to just readjust and say, hey, maybe I need to go a little lighter today and then come back tomorrow here. So, once
Mm-hmm.
again, listening to that body, one of the most important things that you can do here.
Yeah,
So,
right. And it
yeah,
really prevents burnout too. I mean, we hear that a lot, don't we? Like,
absolutely. Yeah,
you think about it, like you always hear like, oh, the New Year's resolutioners, they're at it for 8 weeks and then they're gone. Well, sometimes, we have to look at that. Like, why is that? Why do we keep seeing that year after year? And, it's like, okay, well, those people they come in, gung ho, they're going after it.
yeah,
They don't want to
yeah,
like not do the workout because, like you said, they're afraid. Ooh, they're gonna. Oh, I'm lazy. I'm not. People are gonna. I'm supposed to be doing this workout. I have to do it. And then they get burnt out, and then
yeah. Yeah.
they're done. They don't, they don't necessarily come back. So, and we don't want that for anybody. So, you got to kind of look at that. I think work smarter, not
Yeah.
harder.
And then also what works for one person might not work for you.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you might
Mm-hmm.
be trying to follow somebody's workout that you've seen online or something like that. Your body will let you know if this is going to work for you or not here. So once again, listen to that body
Mm-hmm.
here. It'll let you know. It'll let you know everything you need to know.
Yeah, I love that because there is so much of that out there, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
now with social media, I mean, you can see everybody's workout, exactly what they're doing. And, oh, I love the way that person looks, or I like this, or I like that.
Yeah,
They look like they have a lot of energy, and I'm going to do exactly what they're doing. That should work for me too. But everybody is different. Everybody is different. Um,
absolutely.
so we really need to tune into what is going to work for us. And that's where that word experiment comes in. Try some
Absolutely.
different things. What works for you? I think that's really important to remember.
Yep. Explore and experiment. Absolutely here. So
The double E's.
the double E's.
The double E's. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Well, this has been fun, Jimmy. That time goes by so fast. We're almost at the
Oh, I
end of our
know.
15 minutes. So we'll
Absolutely.
stick around if anybody, has any specific questions, feel free. So we'll stick around. Otherwise, if you, came in for the 15-minute session, you are set and hopefully you got something out of it. Well, see you next time.
All right. Bye-bye.
You are welcome.